Hi guys, this is Tanya. We're in Buckeye, Arizona at the Greg Olson Futurity and Derby. I'm here with Brian and John Bergen. They're the owners of Roohide Saddlery. I would like to introduce you to them now.
Hey Tanya.
John, Brian.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Here, hold this and just hold this right here.
Perfect.
Don't move.
I think it's step on that.
So how long have you guys been building saddles?
Over 30 years now.
30 years.
I'm not that old.
And what are the differences between what you're doing in saddle building versus the other saddles?
You know, we've always been passionate about the horse's performance and the rider's performance through a better fit. And that's what we've strived to do in the cutting industry and the performance horse industry. And over the last 12 months or so, we've started to get involved with the barrel industry and have really enjoyed working with the barrel racers and getting increased performance from these horses through a better fit.
So, like you were saying, there's a passion behind what we're doing here. We're not just trying to sell a saddle to sell a saddle. If we honestly know that this tree isn't going to fit your horse, I'm not going to sell that saddle to you. We're going to do what's right. Something we've been doing a lot of this here in this industry now is molding these barrel horses. So I have that horse basically with me in the saddle shop through that mold, and we can build that tree exactly how we need to for that horse. And that's what, like I was saying, we're seeing that improved performance through that better fit. Not only is it improving horse's performance, but we're hearing feedback from these girls like, oh my goodness, I never realized how hard I was working to sit in my seat before riding in the saddle. Now it just happens. If you don't mind me saying, Tanya, like yesterday, you went out and did a time only on your horse when you just tested out the saddle in a halter, and until she got around the second barrel, I didn't realize she never went to grab for her horn, how balanced she was sitting in that saddle. So that's the difference. We want her sitting in that saddle, not on it.
For sure. Let's see, what else?
Well, and
what does it cost to have a form done and sent?
So our plastic molds, you can get those done for $145. We'll ship the plastic mold out to you. It'll be heated in water. If that water's at 160 degrees, it only takes you about 2 minutes to get it pliable. Then we take it, set it right over the horse's back, where the saddle would be sitting, and we let that mold form set. Once it's set, lift it off, let it cool, put it in your box, ship it back to me, and then like we said, we have that horse with us there in the saddle shop. Very simple process on both ends, not rocket science.
So what we try to do is make that form. We want to make sure that we have the right fit for the horse. We try to use a common fitting tree that you'll be able to use that on other horses. If we have a horse that's really extreme, we'll basically put an inner sole in between, a rubber inner sole, just like in a tennis shoe. And that way, when that horse is retired, you can go ahead and just, I went blank, sorry.
Take it out and change it.
Yeah, we can take it out and change it, and then you've got a tree that you can use, or a saddle you can still use on other horses. Yes, sorry about that.
And then you've got some trees sitting down here.
Yep.
Share with everyone what the differences are.
So I'll do a quick little breakdown, guys. So here's your industry standard semi-quarter horse bars, okay? This is something probably a lot of you are familiar with. Most of your saddles in the Western industry are built on either semi or full quarter horse bars. It's easy to make a good feeling seat in semi-quarter horse bars because how narrow the bars are.
Right in here.
Right through here. It doesn't spread your hips out, but that's also part of the issue right here. Still on the screen there. So with this bar being that narrow and that flat, we're actually elevating you, bringing you up away from that horse. And with what we're doing out here, we want you to be as close contact as possible with that horse. The other thing, with this bar being that flat, I've yet to come across a horse that's flat enough through the shoulders and the back to have this flat semi-quarter horse bar fit on it. So there's not enough of that checkmark shape and shoulder release up through here. You can see those bars run straight and flat through here. So some saddles you hear about, okay, I'm going to go with that 9-inch gullet, start getting wider and wider with the gullet. They haven't changed the angle of the bar though. All they've done is gone wider with the bars, so it's still hitting at the same pressure point. We want that scapula to travel under it. So if you can see down here on the ground, what we've done, rather than just widening up the tree, we've got kind of that snow ski effect where you see the front of those bars actually flare out, just like that. And I want that scapula traveling there under the front of that bar, just like that. Now, looking here at the seat, you see I can get my fist through that. I can't get my fist through here. So this is keeping you up and elevated away from that horse. When you sat in that saddle yesterday, Tanya, and you were riding, like you said, you were able to just sit and feel balanced and relax, and your hips rolled down into it. That's
Yes.
exactly why.
Yes, correct.
The tree itself, by following the horse's back, is creating a natural pocket there for you to sit in that saddle, not on it. Can I show you guys one more cool little thing about the
Yes,
back of the
please.
saddle?
Yes,
Okay.
please do.
I'm going to grab a ruler and a tape measure. I want to show you something.
On our saddles, we just have a standard cantle height. We don't have excessive cantle height. And Brian's going to show you why with his ruler. What we're trying to do is get that rider to sit balanced and sit deep in here. So what we're going to do here is, with our standard cantle, we have this depth through here, which is the same as having such a high cantle here, except we sit the rider down in the saddle. So here's, Brian's got the ruler.
You want to show them that? I got to help someone check it out.
So yesterday when I was looking at some of these saddles, I noticed that the cantles were not as tall as what I was used to looking at, and thought, well, I will probably fall out of the back of that. But as soon as he showed me this, I realized that that wasn't the case at all.
That's what she was talking about. When we were talking about that flat semi-quarter horse bar that a lot of these saddles are built on, the reason that in a lot of your barrel saddles you guys see how they backrest is because it's such a flat bar. There's nowhere for you to sit in the saddle, you're sitting on it. So they need to create that backrest as a wall to keep you from sliding right out of the back of that surfboard. So what we've done here, that shape that I showed you there, by following that mirror image of the horse's back, without building a 5-inch panel, we have 5 inches of depth from the top of this ruler here down to the bottom of that seat. So you're sitting in the saddle, once again, not sitting on it. And that's something that you're going to feel, I won't even have to explain what you sit in.
And that made a huge difference in riding the cornering in around the barrel.
Yeah.
And then here's another picture of this style.
Here's another couple things real quick, guys, what's different. Now looking at skirts. So we do our cutout, obviously, because we want close contact. We want you to feel your horse and your horse to feel you. So with our cutout here, we're allowing that horse to be our free fender swing and that close contact. When we get into that real bulky skirt that comes out in that full block and there's no cutout, we're adding more bulk there under your leg, which also spreads your hips out, making it not comfortable, but we're adding layers of, we're getting a blurry phone line between you and your horse. We're adding buffer. We want you to be as close as possible with him.
And you can definitely feel that. When you sit in a saddle, you can definitely feel the close contact right there.
Yep. A couple other things, we're doing nylon stirrup leathers over the bars, just like that. So rather than running a thick Herman Oak leather stirrup leather, we've got nylon that runs over the top of the bar. So how it works with a saddle is your bar's gonna run, your stirrup leather runs over the top of the bar and back under. Well, on most trees, you need a fairly big cutout here in order for that stirrup leather to fit. Well, now that we're running nylon under, we don't have such a pronounced line here that's going to create a bridge. We're going to have an even contact there across that horse's back. We lose some of that right there, that gap that you're going to see, which adds more pressure there and more pressure again back there. The more even the layer we have there, obviously the better it's going to feel for the horse. So that thinner piece of nylon allows for less of a bridge there on that horse's back.
Okay, we're going to be doing a fitting here shortly, so tune in and we'll be back.